Your Majesties, I am Marguerite Ineen Lachlan. And I have the honor of speaking for this candidate. The first fencer I ever knew of in the East was Nataliia. I didn't know her, of course. At that time, heavy list fighters and fencers didn't really talk much. But women fighters keep track of the success of other women fighters regardless of combat form. And besides, there was no missing her. She was this tiny, aggressive force of personality that made you pay attention to the amazing things she was doing. She was an inspiration. The next time I met Nataliia was about 15 minutes after I became princess. She was walking over to introduce herself as Kingdom Marshal of Fence when I cut her off and excitedly told her that I wanted to become a fencer. Over the course of the next year, she helped me not make an ass out of myself as I helped her push the heavies and the fencers into a productive and meaningful conversation. She taught me about taking the long view, cementing and celebrating our small victories, and how precisely to work toward a multi-year goal on a sensitive, flashpoint topic. She taught me to protect my people. She was an inspiration. And then I became a real fencer, and she was there every step on the way. She kicked my butt, a lot. I watched her grasp the opportunity to help make the Order of Defense a reality with the same fierceness. I watched her protect her community by wrestling doubters and haters and board missteps and willful ignorance with patience and wisdom and by taking the long view. And that paid off for all of us. She and her fellow committee members were inspirations. If these words are being read aloud by my friend and fellow Rose, Evelina, then she has blessed this kingdom by answering the question put before her with a yes. I apologize for not being here to say these words to her directly and to witness this elevation for myself. But Nataliia was always a master of defense in my head, even if it took the society a little longer to catch up. May she continue to be an inspiration. Nataliia, I met you 20 years ago. I was so new, I squeaked when I turned. You have been an advisor and a counselor, a mentor and a friend, and Your Majesties, I cannot commend her enough to you. Thank you, Nataliia.
Sir, companion of defense that will speak to this candidate.
Your Majesties, I am Thomas de Castellan, Master of Defense, and I would speak for this candidate. It is common among many generations of fencers to look upon the more august of us as all of a common generation. But it is not so. And I was a modestly accomplished fencer when a young and fresh-faced Nataliia came on the scene. And I watched her grow, and I watched her skill grow, and I watched her contribution grow. And by that time, I and others were at the forefront of the rapier community, and there were many heavy burdens to be carried. And we carried these burdens as best we could, but there were times when we stumbled and fell. And Nataliia would come up and walk next to us and say, "Let me carry that for you. Catch your breath and catch up when you're ready." And I caught my breath, and I caught up, and I walked next to Nataliia. And we have walked beside each other down many roads since that time, so long ago that it becomes difficult for me to remember when she did not walk next to me. You ask the value of this candidate. Your Majesties, we stand at the dawn of a new era, the first new peerage in nearly 50 years. As a member of this order, it's a little scary at times. I do not know where this road will lead, but I do know this. As long as my friend is walking next to me, it'll be okay.